everybody, and welcome to the Walking Dead After Show here on the Stream.tv. I am so excited to be talking about tonight's episode with you. It was a Carol and Daryl episode. Come on. Okay, and before we get started, my name is Kayla Texeria. So excited to be here with you guys tonight. Let's go ahead and meet my fellow co-host to my left.
Hi guys, David Fichtenmayer. How about that cigarette? I bet you that's the best cigarette Daryl's had in 3 years.
I would just be like, this is amazing. I could die right now.
I would have done that in 2 puffs, gone.
And to my immediate right.
Hey guys, Glenna Gasparian here, and David stole my intro line. But that's okay, I just bawled my eyes out and cussed so hard. Hi.
And to the right over the couch, not yet forgotten.
Hi guys, Kegan Schell. I'm a bit of a mess because they just hit Carol with a car.
If Daryl was gonna cry when Carol got hit with that car, I would have been done. I would have just been like, done.
No, he
I
wasn't.
would not have been able to go live. My makeup would have been everywhere. It would have just been absolutely terrible. And let me remind you guys before we get started at topic 1, please go ahead and invite your friends right now, live right now here on our YouTube channel on the Stream.tv. Like the video and invite your friends. I mean, all your fellow Walking Dead fans, they want to talk. Don't go Talking Dead. Come here with us. Okay?
Talking to you, Chris Hardwick.
What?
I'm talking to you, Chris Hardwick.
Oh, Chris, I love Chris Hardwick. Nothing against him. Okay. Right off the bat, in this episode, we saw a lot of flashbacks. It was a lot of kind of out of order flashbacks. It was first starting off right when Rick left her, and then it was when she found the prison was in a shithole. I don't want to curse, but yes. How do we feel about the flashbacks? Did you guys like them? Were they necessary?
I feel like the first one served a purpose to introduce a location where Daryl and Carol hid out for a little bit, but the others felt a little out of place for me until Carol got hit by the car.
I mean, they're definitely going somewhere with this. I don't know if I should say it or not, but I think that something really crazy is going to happen. There's a reason why they're showing us all of this stuff. Either she's going to save everyone again, or she's like, you know, because that was English.
I don't know how I feel about the flashback just yet. I love seeing what she did beforehand, and it kind of she's slowly breaking down as a character and stuff, but I don't know. How do you feel, David?
I'm with Kegan. I felt like how many there were? There was 5, right? There was 5.
There were 4 or
I think
5.
there were 2 that served a purpose that filled in little gaps that where was Carol during this time. But then there was other ones there was a quick flashback of her burning random bodies somewhere, and it was well, all right. And then there was another one where the woods after Terminus.
It wasn't random bodies. I think it was she was with Tyrese.
It was the 2 she killed at the prison.
It was look at the flowers. Look at the flowers.
No. The ones, the two people, Tyrese's girlfriend.
Yeah. The first 2
we're
she
talking about
killed.
the prison.
Yeah,
okay,
the bodies she burned.
I got confused.
There were
for a second.
3 out of 5 were okay, where are we going with this? 2 of them were holy.
I understand the purposes of the flashbacks. The purposes of the flashbacks, obviously this is Carol's episode.
Right.
So the purpose of these flashbacks is to see her breaking down. And that was a big topic for Carol this episode, where she's like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And then,
Well, are they setting up to kill Carol, you guys?
That's what I
hope
fear
so.
that
Yay or
probably
nay?
will be happening.
Only you want to see Carol get killed.
With The Walking Dead, we've learned that the more you get to know a character, the more you get to know who they are, where they came from, how they are in this zombie apocalypse. They decide to kill them.
Yeah,
I'm scared. I don't want her to die because I love her, but she might die.
They kind of did that with Herschel last season. They gave him these great emotional episodes where he kind of played the father and the mentor to Rick, and then the governor hacked his head off in the middle of the season.
You know what? I really do think Carol is going to die now because they haven't killed a main character in a really long time since Herschel. That was a whole season ago.
And technically, I mean, Herschel, it was a main character, yes, but he wasn't with them since the first season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about that time where they kill that character from
I don't think
the
she's
first
going to
season.
die.
You don't think so?
I don't think she's going to die. So I was formulating the theory while we were watching this episode, right?
Right.
the abuse center and all these things that were going on. And we know from Carol's past that she was abused and all these things. And then we see what kind of a strong person she developed into. And now she got hit by a car. And she's taken to this hospital where they sexually abuse and they abuse all the patients that are there. So I think it's going to put Carol back in square one, and she's going to snap and probably take out a lot of people along the way.
That I didn't even make the connection.
I didn't either.
I didn't make that connection
So
at all.
probably, this would be really cool. By the time Rick and Daryl get there, everybody's already dead. Carol took care of it.
Okay.
I don't know yet. Before we move on really quickly, I want to know what you guys think about this episode. Right now, you're in the YouTube chat. So I'm going to challenge you guys from a scale 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I want you to know how you felt about this episode. 7, 8, I don't know. Really quickly, before we move on, what do you think?
6.
6.
What's the question?
Scale 1 through 10, how much did you like this episode? 10
Oh,
being the
oh my
best.
God, it was like 15.
15. David?
7.
7. I give it a 7 as well. Okay. Carol's character is unraveling. We're slowly getting to know who she is as a character. And one of my biggest things was that abuse center. And we learned a lot about it. And how do we feel about where her character's headed? And we talked a bit more about it, but I want to expand on it. Just a tad.
I kind of like where David was going with it. I think she's definitely headed for a snap. And I think that could be a really exciting maybe mid-season finale, since it's only 2 episodes away. That she might go a little crazy at Grady Memorial. It could be intense.
Maybe Beth dies.
Well, like I said, like they don't even know. They have no idea how big of a Trojan horse they got in that hospital right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carol is ready to snap. She's ready to snap. And when she does, she's going to kill a lot of people. And my thing was her conversations with Daryl in the episode as well about it. How do we feel about Daryl and their dynamic? Is it changing? Because they always had a very strong relationship, but now he's learning a little bit more about her. How do we feel? Has Daryl's mindset of Carol changed from this episode?
I would say yes, because he's gone from Carol's protector to having to rein Carol in. He's got the mad dog on the leash. She almost shot Noah and only didn't because he pushed her arm out of the way. So it is a dynamic change because he doesn't have to look out for her anymore. She can hold her own and almost too well. So he's now like I don't want to say a babysitter, but he's having to kind of like, hey, whoa, buddy, pull back a little bit, you know?
It's funny how Daryl was always the really intense one, really like heavy and like I hate everybody type, and it's kind of him. In this season a lot, he's been very like brotherly in a way, and well, not brotherly to Carol, because that would be weird. But he's been very like protective in a sense this season.
Speaking of brotherly, I think I'm the only one that remembers this, but didn't they sleep together? No? I swear, they slept together at the prison. They were on top of the bus that was like turned over, and they were like putting their pants back on. I'm just making stuff up.
I'm not quite sure if they did. If you guys please clarify.
Please.
I don't think
Please, because it might have just been like a dream or a fantasy. Maybe it was me.
I think
Daryl.
that's what it was. I probably.
Totally
It was probably a fantasy dream.
Yeah.
And
I
you
get
were,
those.
And,
I mean, it happens.
and
swear.
Glenna was the Eugene in the situation where they were doing each other, and then Eugene and she was watching. Okay, I'm so sorry. That's just terrible. So terrible of me. I apologize.
So great.
One of you brought up Noah, and Noah was following them. Obviously, when we saw that little face in the shadows, we were just like, "Oh, it's Noah."
How do we know? Because never mind.
No. And can we trust Noah? Can we trust Noah? I mean, he took their guns, and then immediately regretted it when he got into a scuffle with a walker. And he gave Daryl this weird look in the van on their way there. So do we trust Noah?
Nope. Not as far as you can throw him. I know he's a flighty little guy, but no.
I trust him more than the preacher.
Really?
Yeah.
I trust
Not
the
even
preacher
for a
more.
second.
Really?
I trust the preacher more. I do not trust Noah.
That preacher is super shady.
Noah is purely there like to look out for himself. He left Beth behind at the hospital. Like,
That's what I was gonna bring up. I mean, like,
What was he supposed to do?
Not only did he
He
I
didn't
don't
have any
know.
weapons. He had a broken leg.
No.
Yeah,
He's
we've
gonna-
seen what happens when you give him weapons.
And he's gonna fight off zombies and the police people at the same time. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
Sack
I
up.
think he could have gone about it a whole different way. Like he totally could have been like, oh, how about like not taking the knife and letting those walkers out for Carol and Daryl to like defend for their life.
I mean, my thing is, I understand why he did it, because it's a zombie apocalypse. It changes you, and he's been stuck in this hospital with a bunch of crazy people for the last, he said, for the entire time.
Yeah.
Right, for the entire time. So he has no idea how the world works, and if I was in a situation, I would have not taken weapons from people because I would have been killed. I'm not intimidating, but I definitely would have not been like, please don't kill me. I'm trying to this is what happened. I wouldn't tell somebody my life story. You know what I mean?
Right.
To make them trust me. Like, does that make sense, you guys? Does that make sense
Kind of.
in a way? There's no immediate trust in the zombie apocalypse world. So this is why he wanted to take the weapons. And
Well, I mean, he's a scrawny dude. He's got a gimp. He's not like he's gonna fight him off. And
No, yeah.
I mean, come on. He let 2 walkers out, and Daryl was like, dead. He didn't even break a sweat. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would be a little more. I would try and be a little more cerebral about it, where I kind of maybe approach listen, help me, maybe I can tell you guys where to find, he could tell them more about the hospital. They could keep him
But he
safe.
didn't know that they were looking for the hospital in the first
Yeah,
place.
that's true.
That's true.
And
That's
he was
fair.
more afraid of them. He was more afraid of the hospital finding him. Because he's
That's
like,
true.
I gotta go. I
Yeah.
gotta go. They're gonna find me. They've heard the gunshots. Remember?
yeah, being put in that situation, I have no idea what I would have done. But do I trust him right now? No, I do not trust him. And a few of us don't. David does.
I'm not saying I trust him, but I mean, now we know why everybody hates Chris.
Oh my God,
You
you're
guys-
so funny.
You guys got that right. I'm not even going to tell you guys where the joke is derived from. Figure it out.
Hold on. We already said that joke
No.
last week.
No, I love it. It's fantastic. One of the biggest things from this episode was the whole. I mean, we knew in a way. I think. Did you say your theory last week about how it was Noah with Daryl coming back to the group? Correct.
Yeah. Yes. That's it.
We knew at the end of this episode Noah was somehow going to meet up with them and go with Daryl.
However,
There
I
was
did have a hole in
there
my
was a
theory.
bit of a character reversal though, because Daryl wanted to kill Noah and Carol didn't, and Carol has always been a type to think intelligently as far as survival. Why? Why did she not want to kill Noah in that situation?
It feels like she's had a lot of time to reflect this episode, and she kept talking about how herself as a character keeps getting burned away with each of these transitionary periods, between the prison to Terminus and all this stuff. So I think that's kind of showing the burning away of the look at the flowers, Lizzie, Carol. Maybe she won't be so quick to take people out now.
I think she's also probably a little sensitive right now, especially after being at the abuse center. So she's probably having a lot of she's just maybe going back to where she was in the beginning of the series. Maybe she's going back and forth. So
it seems like she's questioning speech impediment. Seems like she's questioning her motives in this entire thing. At first, she briefly talked about it too. At first, she was the abusive one, troubled, damaged, and then she kind of started being, badass. But that bit her in the butt, and now maybe she's going back. She's kind of toning it down a little bit. I don't know. What do you think, David?
I think Daryl got to her with that warming conversation about them not burning away in his one-liner. Yeah, but we're not ash. That is a very.
That was a good line.
Tried to turn that into a joke. Didn't seem to work.
tough crowd.
Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd.
No, I think maybe because she sees, she wanted to kill the zombies. Daryl's like, oh, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Don't worry about it. And then he did it, and he burned them themselves. And I guess with a lot of, Carol and Daryl haven't been together for a long time now that I think about it. But they've always had that close connection. So now that they've had like a lot of one-on-one time, maybe she sees a lot of that humanity that she thinks she's losing still in Daryl, and he hasn't lost hope.
Yeah. And referencing your like burned away thing, like you mentioned, it's like I don't want to burn away. It kind of connected with the fact that all the flashbacks were of her like. It's not all
Something
of them.
burning.
Something burning. So she feels as if maybe she feels as if she's burning away and she doesn't want to be burned away.
The prison was burning. She's burning the bodies.
Right. That huge
A lot of I don't know I can't think of the word right now, but a lot of small little like references to burning and feeling like you're being burnt away in this episode. So it's nice.
Symbolism, foreshadowing. No, not foreshadowing.
All the analytical words that were in my composition literature class that I never paid attention to. Why are you laughing?
Because
we didn't catch the burning thing.
We didn't even catch the whole burning thing, like the entire episode. The whole fire, like.
Yeah. What was the name of the episode?
Consumed.
Consumed by fire?
Consumed by fire. Bam, bam. Next week's episode, though. Really quickly, I need to hear everyone's thoughts and what we think is going to happen next week. Will Noah help them, or will Noah use them as an advantage and then like kind of like break apart from the group? Betray them. Is Rick going to f some shit up? What do you guys think is going to happen next week?
Absolutely. I've been saying this for the past 3 episodes, and pretty far, my theory is pretty sound. The only thing I wasn't counting on was Carol actually getting hit. I thought she planned to go in there.
That's what I thought, too.
But apparently, but not like it matters. It's going to matter much of anything. She's going to wake up and still raise havoc. They're going to go back. They're going to load up the guns. They're going to go get everybody, and that's going to be it. That's mid-season finale. Tearing down the hospital. I just want to know if the people are going to get back in time, like what was Abraham's group?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Glenna's trying really hard right now.
I just feel like they keep going, they keep having this like mission, and then they get to the mission, and then it all like it's not what it ever seems. It's not ever what it seemed to be. But like, and then it like falls apart, and then they're just like on to the next, and it's like, when are they ever gonna find their safe haven?
Oh.
In the series finale.
Now that you've said that, I don't think they're gonna get Beth and Carol out. I think they're gonna take over the hospital.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
That'd be so stupid.
What?
Really?
That'd be so dumb.
But they haven't
because Atlanta is a shithole. That's why.
We've got a lot more materials there.
But they haven't had a base since the prison. They need a central place to be where everybody can be safe, where they have provisions. And if they're smart, that's what they use the hospital for. I think they need to.
They use it to
maybe
rebuild Atlanta or something?
Get Dawn out.
Yeah, they have cars,
and
they have gasoline, so they could explore the city very easily.
That's true.
It makes sense. It would be a great place to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm rattling my brain right now, and I want to know your guys' predictions. So use that hashtag TWDAS. Let us know what you think is going to happen in the next 2 episodes. But before we get started on your fan questions, really quickly, you might be asking yourselves if The Walking Dead after show is the only after show the Stream.TV does. No, it is not. We have plenty of other ones, so go ahead and take a look at them right now.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Well, there you go. Some pretty awesome after shows here on Ustream.tv. I better see you guys on Tuesday nights, which you probably saw me. I'm on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show. I had to plug that in, you guys. I just had to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just had to.
Traitor.
He's on the Gotham
We got
one,
Gotham
too.
over here. Are you Batman
I love The
fanatic?
Walking Dead, and I love talking to you guys. So let's get to our first fan question of the night. Vanessa W. asks, will Tyrese ever tell the group that he left the guy from Terminus alive, resulting in the attack?
I hate this question.
I don't think it's really relevant at this point, honestly, because the hunters are dead. The people from Terminus, they're gone. They're not an issue anymore, and now the focus is Grady. I think is going to be Grady Memorial. So I think it may or may not be a null issue, like unless he's got some real guilt building up. Like, guys, I got to tell you what I did. I messed up.
Yeah.
You guys, I can't keep walking and trying to survive. I have
That's
to
like
tell you the truth.
Eugene. That's a lot like Eugene sabotaging the bus. Like, if he would have never told anybody, it would have been like,
Right.
all right, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. At this point, it really doesn't matter anymore. Not only that, I don't think that keeping the guy alive directly impacted the group being attacked. I think they would have been attacked either way because it was
I think it did. In a way.
maybe, but I don't think so. I think the psycho who, what was those leaders?
Gareth.
name? Gareth.
Rick,
Either
like,
way, would have
tomahawk to
That
death.
made me feel so good inside when Rick just went.
Ooh.
It was complete. Two different sounds we were giving. To me, bashing somebody's head is.
Oh.
To you, it's just.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh God.
Really quickly though, you guys, I have to shout out some people right now in our YouTube chat. I might butcher your name. Don't hate me. Forever Johnny Boy. Hello, Forever Johnny Boy. It's nice to see you again.
Hey.
Robot Guy 27. Dinley McDoe. I swear I got that wrong. Andrew Curtis, Adam Carlson, and Brooklyn Hudson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Please do not forget to invite your friends. Even like right now, I know we're almost like wrapping it up, but you can still do it. You can still do it for next week too, because these guys, I won't be, but these guys will be back next Sunday. Okay, next fan questions coming from Forrester Cannon. Love that name. Do you see Glenn killing Abraham anytime soon? Sometime this season. I don't know why I said anytime soon. It says sometime this season.
All right, now first of all, does Glenn kill Abraham in the comics? Because I don't know.
No, I don't want to.
Does this happen?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Okay, good.
Oh.
No, spoiler free right now.
Yeah. But
Spoiler
So
free.
we have to
Unless that
approach this
is
without
a
any
spoiler.
prior knowledge of what's.
Yeah, I honestly, on the current trajectory they're on, I don't see Glenn killing Abraham.
I don't see.
I
Glenn
see
killing anyone.
Abraham
Why would-
maybe killing himself because he's a little unstable.
I think
but-
the question should be wait, why would Glenn kill Abraham?
That may be a comic thing.
I think the reason why this question was even brought up is because each time Glenn has been the one to always kind of calm Abraham down from his craziness. So
Really?
when he was beating the crap out of Eugene,
Okay.
beforehand when he was when every time Abraham freaks out, Glenn calms him down. So I think that's why this question was even like brought up. It makes sense in a way where maybe Glenn is just like is done with it, and Abraham does go completely crazy, and just Glenn is just like bam, shooting in the head.
I don't know. Glenn killing people isn't in Glenn's MO. He's
No.
not that kind of guy.
And
that's like
but
the
will
Rick
he get
side
there?
of the group.
Will he get
I
there
mean-
from
Well,
that?
no, he really does. Glenn is always the sweet, innocent kid.
He's
do what
always
he needs
acted
to
as
do.
the voice of reason.
Right.
He's always
Always.
been very reasonable and he's never been the hothead, really, and that's...
Unless it comes to
that's not-
Maggie. If somebody messes with Maggie, then of course.
Well,
he's
and
a hothead.
also we saw in the church when they like killed all those people, him and Maggie.
They
and
didn't kill anyone. They
Right,
watched,
they were standing there like holy.
horrified.
holiness, like what's happening. Literally, it's a church.
All you comic people out there who have read the comics, please find us on Twitter and let us know what you guys think. Well, further on to the comics. I kind of like spoilers sometimes, so you can tell me where Abraham's going. Not her though, not her.
Spoiler alert. There's talking zombies.
Stop. This is a live question from a live YouTube chat. Thank you so much from @ForeverJohnnyBoy. He is asking, are you enjoying this season's non-linear flashbacks, or is it becoming a tired formula for you already?
No, sorry.
No,
it's
go ahead.
just about damn time. Like, I feel like there's so much stuff we don't know that, like, okay, but then also they're gonna like give us a lot of stuff and then they're gonna take away a lot of shit from us.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like we're at the point where we've set up our 3 different storylines of all the different people. We did our little flashbacks. Next episode is when Rick and the gang is going in, and if you cut any flashbacks away from the action that's about to pop off, I'm going to be really upset because I don't think there's any point to putting flashbacks in the next episode. There's no reason for it.
I agree. And I think they've done that. They've done that a few times where it's like you think this episode's going to be really like action-centered and a lot of shit's going to happen. I keep saying shit. I apologize. And then...
I said shit once.
There we go.
Twice now.
I'm not the only bad girl on this couch then. And then I would hate for them to like cut the action, just like the pacing of the episode to do a flashback.
As long as the flashbacks are relevant, I'm really okay with them. I like learning more about the characters, especially because the TV show and the comic worlds are so different. It's interesting to see where they're going to root a lot of these characters in. But I mean, like the one I'm going to go back to now is Carol in the Woods after Terminus. It didn't serve any purpose other than to show Carol in the Woods.
Unless we see something else that is a continuation of that flashback in the next episode, which they'll probably do because they hate us.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to shout out some Twitter handles right now. I don't know. I wanted to call Twitter Facebook really quickly, so my mind got overwhelmed for a second. But really quickly, let me shout out some Twitter handles right here. These are the people that you should go follow right now if you're on Twitter. @TWD Family with an extra Y at the end. @Walking Dead TVF and @Walking Dead Life. So please go follow them right now. These people have all things Walking Dead all the time, so you might as well follow them, okay? Okay, you guys. Final thoughts on this episode before we have to say goodnight.
I liked it. I like any episode that's going to be Carol-centric, and Daryl's always fun to throw in the mix, too. So I liked it quite a lot. Good character episode.
Glenna?
I definitely liked it a lot. I'm starting, like, Carol, I used to be like, she's whatever. But now I'm starting to be like, okay, she's a huge part of the show. She's a huge part of the group. She's big. And that last moment where she got hit by the car, I think you all can vouch for me. I died a little bit inside. That's all I have to say.
It was sad. If Daryl was going to cry, I would cry as well. David, what do you think?
Well, I'm excited for next episode because now these people at the hospital have Beth and Carol, the 2 people that Daryl cares the most about. So I cannot wait to see him go ham next week. It is going to be great.
I'm excited.
There's going to be arrows
flying
everywhere.
Because Carol is like his baby.
His
like,
boo-boo.
you know what I mean? So he's boo-boo.
Boo-boo.
He's boo-boo. I never want to say that ever again. But he's gonna go crazy. He's gonna get his girl back. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me tonight, you guys. It's such a pleasure being here tonight with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next week, the beautiful and gorgeous Malynda Hale will be back talking all things Walking Dead here on the Walking Dead After Show. Do not forget to like this video, like the Stream.TV on Facebook and Twitter. The links are below right now in this YouTube description box. I hope I don't look like a fool by pointing down right here, but do it. Like us on Facebook. Find all of us, all our Twitter handles on the description box, or find us on Twitter. Follow us right now. Let's keep talking to Walking Dead all week long. And do not forget that hashtag TWDAS to be tweeting all your questions and all your comments for next week's show. Really quickly, you guys, we have to do this together. We're going to say the hashtag together to end the show. It's happening.
What?
The normal hashtag?
The hashtag TWDAS.
Oh, well, you just said
Okay.
Okay. We'll see you next week, you guys.
On hashtag
TWDAS.
S.
Fail. Good night.
I love you.